I'm Kathy Ellerman and this is Almeria Life, bringing you an insight into life here on the Costa Almeria and brought to you by Remax Paraíso, the experts in property sales in this part of Spain. Well, last week I was talking to Lady Ellen Sings and today I've come up into the hills behind Los Gallados to meet our very own King of Swing, Tony Justice. Tony, thank you very much for talking to us. So, swing. Why? What is it about swing that makes you want to get up and sing in front of large audiences that you attract here?
Well, I think more than anything else, it's music it's never died. It's still going. It's still going very strong because people like Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
In fact, just about every fairly big artist in the last 20 years, Bublé, Rod Stewart, they've all made albums all to do with swing and the old music.
That's right, yeah.
So, although for a period of time, I think during maybe the 70s, it did die a little bit. After the 70s, around about 85, it began to pick up more popularity. So, in many respects, that sort of brought it to the fore a little bit more. And of course, when I was in England, it was about really trying to attract audience to make money. That was the whole idea of it.
And all audiences love classic swing, don't
Yes,
they?
they do.
It's all ages.
Yeah. It just is a wonderful, wonderful genre, without a doubt. It's fantastic. And the way, obviously, Ellen was a big band singer.
Yes.
I've sang in front of a big band, but I didn't do it on a regular basis like Ellen. I did it, a little bit ad hoc over a period of about 2 years. A big 17-piece swing band, and we toured around England with that. And I think more than anything, what attracts people to swing is that sound, that orchestra brass section, and it's just that real fabulous sound. And swing orchestras really, although they're always tight, they're always made up of a lot of very, very good soloists. So the sound was always very special, So swing music, it's wonderful.
Yeah, everybody loves it. Gives everybody's toes tapping, and of course you do an act, if that's the right way of putting it. It's the whole thing, isn't it? The way you dress, and you don't come on in ripped jeans and get up and sing Frank Sinatra. I mean, you look the whole part.
Yeah, and it does. It works because of that. It doesn't feel right if I don't get dressed.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? I have to get dressed. I've tried, in the middle of summer wearing a dinner suit. Is really difficult, particularly an outside gig, where there's loads of sun.
Yeah.
It's 40 odd degrees. But I've tried it wearing a pair of shorts and looking relatively smart. It just doesn't feel right. I would much sooner suffer a little bit and sweat because I seem to set myself up. It sets the act up for me. When I get dressed. And that part's really important. Ellen's the same.
Yeah.
When Ellen always wears an evening dress.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
when she's singing. Because it just feels right.
It's in that whole classic swing, the big band mindset. However, there is a different side to you.
Yes.
There's the swing side, and then there's the somewhat rockier side.
Yeah, the rough justice.
The rough justice.
Yeah.
So, what kind of music do you bring audiences with rough justice?
Actually, a lot of the same people, but we've certainly got a lot of new people coming along now because that's getting a very strong following. And I think I started out in the first place at 17 fronting a blues band. Consequently, this is the first time I've really got back to where I started.
Right.
And at 17 my voice was this deep, so it was no different,
And it is a deep voice.
Yeah, and I think the main thing is that a lot of the blues singers had very deep voices, and they were restricted to sort of a 2 or 3 octave range. That was about it.
Yeah.
But it was the bottom half that a lot of people find difficult to sing with blues.
Yeah.
And I, of course, have no problem with that. It's the high bits, absolutely. The falsetto bits I probably have problems with. But the sort of music we do, ideally suited, is classic blues. People like Dire Straits, some Dire Straits songs, the bluesy type of Dire Straits songs. Cream, the original Cream. John Lee Hooker, and that sort of thing. We do quite a bit of that. And it is a bit difficult, because so much of blues is not up tempo. It's down tempo.
Yeah.
And so what you've got to do all the time, you've got to think about upping the tempo to try and get people more interested, or maybe up dancing, and finding good, solid blues tracks that are up tempo is not easy.
Well, exactly, by the very definition.
Yes, yeah.
So is it really a different experience for you when you're
Totally.
the swing and then the rock, because you look completely different when you're...
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also working with somebody now. I normally work on my own.
Yeah.
I always work on my own. I always sing on my own. Have done for nearly 40 years now. So, having somebody like Dennis Denzelman, who anybody in this area will recognise him as probably one of the best guitarists in the area.
I have heard, yeah.
And he is just amazingly good. And we're fortunate. We were friends before we worked together. We were good friends. And we're stronger friends now. And there's never any argument between us when we're trying to work out a song. I just turn around and say, no, I can't do that, Dennis. Or he'll turn around and say, no, I can't play that. So it's...
Yeah.
And we just gel. We gel so well together. And what makes it really different for me is the fact that after 40 years I'm actually working with somebody else. And that's good, because it does take the pressure off a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine, yeah.
I can then refer to Dennis, and it's a 16-bar guitar break in the middle, and I can walk away from the stage and leave him to it, and then come back on to finish off, things like that. And that's such a big thing,
The spotlight's not always entirely on you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But blues music is a passion for me.
Yeah.
Swing I absolutely adore, but blues is a passion, and there's just something about it that suits the way I originally started to sing, so it suits me now, I'm getting back into that again. Do a lot of Chris Rea.
Funny enough, I was just thinking Chris Rea, yes.
Yeah, we do a lot of Chris Rea because, again, his voice is nice and deep. And it's got that softness to it, and it's fabulous. Really great voice.
And it's hard. Everybody likes that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, in this area, we're so lucky. We've got a real wealth of talent, and obviously, you are the prime example of that. So where can we see you? What's coming up for 2014?
Crikey. I have a lot. I've got quite a lot of gigs booked. And quite a few of them are actually sold out. We've got next Wednesday that's sold out. I've got a wedding on Saturday. I've got Roquetas, which is a little bit too far away, I think, for a lot of people in this our immediate area here.
Not for our viewers, because
All right.
we have an office in Roquetas, so the people who live in
there you go.
Roquetas will be very interested to know.
Well, there's
that.
a really lovely German bar called Cheeky Mickey's, which is a really peculiar spelling. It's pronounced Cheeky Mickey's, but it's CH, and it's a Q in it, and it's all sorts of so that's a really great place, and I'm there on Monday, actually.
Excellent. So that's Monday the 13th. People can see you there.
Yeah, Monday the 13th. And that's a lovely place, and we'll be going back. They asked me as Tony Justice, swing, and I know I'm usually booked there for once or twice a month. And when it starts getting warm, we can go on the terrace outside, and hopefully we'll be getting some rough justice down there as well, because I know they appreciate that too.
So people will be able to see the two different sides of you. And then here in this area, Mahaka, El Pinar, the bar El Pinar where we are today is a regular venue for you.
Bala Montagna, probably 2-3 times a year. That sometimes as Tony Justice, sometimes as rough justice. I suppose El Cortillo in Bedar.
Right.
That's another venue.
The kind of material as well that you're performing,
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. It's known around the world.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So when you get somebody with a beautiful voice like yours, everybody's going to come and listen.
Yeah. It's great. And of course, Dennis has become more and more popular with the local Spanish people because they recognise how good he is as a rock guitarist, as a blues rock guitarist.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes if we get a lot of Spanish in the room, they're waiting for me to finish so Dennis can play the middle 16 bars and then they're riveted. And of course we do some Santana as well, which is great stuff.
Yeah.
It's Spanish absolutely beautiful sometimes. Yeah, it's good fun, good fun.
Well, Tony, thank you so much.
Oh, you're more than
Let's
welcome.
say, keep on rocking and keep on swinging.
But we'll try our best.
Thank you.
We'll keep doing it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tony.